Hello, 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 and welcome to this brand new episode of the Being Podcast, a safe space that I've created for us to come to all year long, where we can encourage and share and motivate, inspire one another, and tweak if we need to the ways in which we believe, engage, innovate, navigate, and gain in every area of our lives. I am your host. I am your girl, Jada, and I want to say welcome and thank you. Thank you for riding with me. Thank you for just all of the support, all of the love. I know I say it every episode, but I mean it because I don't take it for granted when someone does something for me, and just listening and sharing and being here, it means a lot to me. So I will never be ungrateful or think that, okay, I'm just going to take it for granted that people are going to listen to me every week because I'm so special. That is not who I am. That is not how I am. So I am going to forever say thank you and just let you know that I am incredibly, incredibly grateful that you are here. So, with that, we are going to roll into this last episode of this season. I was looking at it and I'm like, oh no, girl, we're going to roll all the way through to the end of the year. But in what I am trying to come out here and share is stuff that I live. There has to be time for rest, just as there's time for hustling and getting after it, right? And hustling in the most positive way that you want to take that. Okay. So, I am going to allow myself a couple of weeks to just be, to really enjoy, Christmas, my anniversaries on the 22nd, and then I roll into my birthday on the first of the year. So I'm going to take a couple of weeks off just to be present. To be, as I had heard before, be where your feet are, right? So I want to do more of that going into the next year. And, I talked about it in a couple of episodes. Like, we need to start preparing now for what we want next year to be. Yes, I love my birthday. Yes, I love the start of something fresh, a new year, a new month, whatever it is. But we don't always have to wait for that moment to be created for us to do the things that we need to do. Laying foundations, starting new habits, all the things, right? So I'm going to take this time to rest and to be where my feet are, to wrap up my work year, to wrap up, being here for my babies, being there for my husband, and most importantly, being here for myself. So again, I don't sit up here and say, oh, go do this. Hey, sister, I see you. Go do that. No, these are things that I am actually trying to share with you from my own personal experience, or bringing in people, that may have experienced it. So, welcome to episode number 47. And it was interesting. I'm a numbers girl. I love a good number. 22 is my favorite number if you're new. But I looked at it and I was like, okay, should I take some time off? Should I keep pushing? I love being here with y'all. And I looked at it and I said, oh, okay, what is the episode number? And it's 47. And why is that so important? That is important to me because, as you know, and I will continue to do this, I bring my parents who passed away a couple of years ago along with me every day in my daily life, and things that I share with my kids and things that I share with friends. I bring them along because they poured so much into me. And so, with that being said, my daddy was born in the year 1947. So that was another reason I felt like, okay, cool. We're just going to land here. It sounds good. It feels good, right? It feels good. So, of course, I had to go look it up and see. And so the number 47, from a spiritual interpretation, says that the number 47 serves as a reminder that you are divinely supported in your spiritual journey. And so I loved that. I'm sure there's a whole lot of other meanings for numbers, but I really loved it because I do feel that my parents are with me. I do know that God is always with me, and I hope that that's evident in how I show up and things that I do. I am human. I don't get it right all the time. I am not perfect, will never be perfect, but I am constantly and consistently trying to do better every day, right? Like atomic habits, 1% better every day. And so some days it's great, some days it's not. But I know that I'm striving to do that. And for me personally, it helps to be guided. It helps where I'm not just out here trying to go it alone, trying to figure it out. And that's for me personally. And that's not just from my divine, point of view, which I do go with that, but also for my community, for my tribe, for the people that I choose to allow into my life and into my space, into to help motivate me and to push me and to inspire me, to give me some tough love when I need it. Like, yes, sis, that wasn't so great. Or when I acknowledge it and I'm like, okay, so this is what I did and I know it wasn't good. And they're like, no, it wasn't. I need that. And so I get direction and guidance too. And it comes from my community. So I just wanted to reflect a little bit on this year, just to kind of hit some points that I will be thinking about over these next couple of weeks. As yes, we're going into the new year. And I just challenge you to do the same. Okay. So, one, I want to talk about our self identity. What is at our core? As many of you know, I am a life and success coach. I work with women specifically, especially like busy women, including career driven women, because that was once me. Not that I don't still do that, but now the other side of being a wife and being a mama bear, it's a different type of work, right? If you know, you know. It's a different type of work. And so when we're sitting up here and we're trying to be the best wife, we're trying to be the best mom, we're trying to be the best employee. If you're a business owner, we're trying to be the best employer. If you're a coach, you're trying to be the best coach. We're trying to do all of those things for all of the people all of the time. And we collectively, I am up in there with you, we sometimes kind of lose sight of who we are at the core. Right. And I talked about this months ago, many episodes ago. Please go check them out, binge on them if you want to, and see if something connects with you. But I talked about, who are you? Like, at your core, who are you? Yes, we have all the labels. We wear all the hats. It's beautiful. And yeah, we're now grateful for the things that we prayed for and now we have, right? But we wear all of that, but then we're like, who are we? And you stop and you're like, did I have some dreams and I have some goals? And you're like, oh, but I did want to be married and I did want to have children. And you get that, and then people are like, but that's what you asked for. Yes, it is what I asked for, what I prayed for, what I've been given, but it doesn't mean that who I am at my core is just washed away and done away with. Jada has her own dreams and goals and desires and needs and aspirations and all the things. Like, I have that. So just because I've, earned these other titles doesn't mean that I need to neglect me. And I am saying that for you too. So I talked a lot about, who are you? Like, your self identity. Do you know who you are? And I do believe a lot of us have lost our ways because whether it's family or society has come in and kind of beat us down of like, no, how dare you go take time for yourself when you have kids? Oh, who are you to go do something for yourself when you have a. And I am here to debunk that. Not just for me, but for you too. And not that you need permission, because I talk about that too, right? Not that you need permission, but I am just here to say, girl, you got it, you have it, you're okay, and you're going to be better for all of those people when you honor yourself. So, talked about that. Who are we at our core? Who makes you you? What makes you you? And not just like the kids and the spouse, but like, what really lights you up? What makes you just excited to wake up and to get after it? Continue to think of those things. Continue to start laying the groundwork so that you can start honoring that in 24 and beyond. Okay. So I wanted to mention that. I just want to also mention that if you need assistance, because just like I said, we are not in this world to be alone. We are not equipped to know everything or to be the subject matter expert at everything. That's not how it's created, right? Um, I've mentioned before, I am grateful that I am in a position where I can get help where I need it, whether that's helping me with my kids, helping me with my home, helping me with my business, right? I have said, okay, Jada, you can't do everything. So you have to learn to delegate and to supervise and follow up and make sure that the end goal, the end state, whatever that dream is fulfilled by whoever can help me to get there. That I don't have to, you know, lose myself, lose my sanity, lose my mind, and get myself out of here because I'm so overwhelmed because I'm trying to do everything. And I just want to encourage you to do the same. So if there's something that you can offload to someone else, do it. And please don't be feeling guilty for it. All right. So that goes into the other piece that I talked about, and I'm super passionate about. Self care and self love is not selfish. Taking moments to refill yourself, to put deposits into you. Now, whether that is, your girl here, she loves a good massage, a good facial, a good back facial. I love all of that. Getting my nails done, getting my hair done, getting my eyebrows threaded. Like, those are the things that make me feel like me, right? But I also get fulfilled with getting up and working out in the mornings, or doing it in the evenings, or doing it when my kids are here, or whatever. Excuse me. I also have learned that it's okay to go treat yourself to a snack, or, I'm always at the Starbucks, but even if I wanted to just go have a lunch by myself, that is okay. It's okay. So, taking time, whether you want to read a good book and say, hey, I'm taking 15 minutes to unwind and this is my time. Or if you want to learn something, and like going back to that self identity, what is something or a goal that you've always had and you want to get after? Finding a coach, hey, to help you to get there quicker, faster, staying the course, not getting overwhelmed. It's okay. And so, self care and self love is not selfish, and investing in yourself is never wrong. Okay. Because I am a firm believer that when we are doing the things that make us feel good, that allow us to show up in our best, to allow us to be, just running on all cylinders and clicking, and just everyone's going to benefit from that. So never feel ashamed that you taking time for you is selfish and that it's wrong, because I'm here to tell you and debunk that too. That's not the case. And we're not doing that. Not now, and definitely not in 24, okay? And I have been there where I'm like, I don't have my babies or at school or whatever. I'm off a little early. I should go get them. And I'm like, no, no. You should take that time and do something for you that you've been wanting to do, that you've been putting off. Do something for you. And yeah, you have to be intentional, and you have to communicate very well to yourself. And then you go, you do it. So, just a few more points I want to hit up before we look, at the year ahead. Making sure that our mindsets are good, right? So in my coaching program, I have 3 pillars. We are talking all about mindset, because where the mind tells the body to go, it's going to go, right? What the mind tells it to do, that's what you're going to do. If you're feeding your mind great stuff, you're going to speak life. If you're sitting up here with negative thoughts and rolling with that and like, oh, well, that's just how it is, your words and your actions are probably going to follow that path. Okay. And this is not condemnation, this is just facts. But you can turn that around. You have the power to turn that around. And so I just encourage you to do that. It starts with the mind. The second pillar that I talk about is communication. Again, I just touched on it. How do you speak to yourself? Are you speaking life and love and light to yourself? Or are you condemning yourself and beating yourself down and all the woulda, coulda, shouldas? And then it's paralyzing you to not move forward. Then, not only that, how you speak to yourself, you're going to speak to other people, right? So, for me, I have a community of people that I can trust, that I can lean on, and they're my accountability partners too, right? So, when I'm like, hey, this is what I want to do by this date, they help me to reach those goals. And then when I'm like, hey, I need a favor, or I need this, they understand what the goal is, what I'm trying to do. They've already bought into that to help me. And then it's easier for me to, again, delegate and ask for help, right? So it all works hand in hand. And lastly is my systems and my routines and my organization. Because when you have a better sense of what's coming, then it's easier for you to stay the course and not to be discouraged and not to be overwhelmed and not to give up. And it's pretty simple. It sounds simple. It can be hard, but it's us that makes it hard. Or we can do the hard things, and we can take the steps, that 1% every day, and get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit stronger. You start accomplishing, and then you're picking up momentum. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I need some new goals because I've accomplished those, right? Because we never get stagnant. So that's what I teach in my program. The ladies I've been so blessed to work with, as I'm slowly getting into all of this have been incredible. If this is something that sounds interesting to you, please let me know. I'm here to help. So that is very important to me. And just really reflecting on this past year. Like, what are the goals you had? What are the thoughts you had? What are the things you wanted to get after? How did it go? And really just balancing it out, like listing it out and seeing where you are. Maybe you have a scale 1 to 10. One was, whoop, didn't even get started, or 10 was like, you knocked it out the park. And now that's in a routine and it's just clicking, right? I'm somewhere in the middle and I need to do more, or I need to get more help, or I need assistance, or I just need a different point of view and idea. Like, just take inventory of that so that you know how to move forward. I promise you, I will be doing that too. And we'll talk about it next year. So, with all of that being said, I know I talked really fast today. I'm just super excited to be here on this last episode. Again, so thankful, so grateful for all of you for rocking with me, for encouraging me, for having me to look at some things and be like, I too need to tweak some stuff, right? Because we're never perfect. We're not aiming to be perfect. We just want to be a little bit better. And we want to reach our goals, and we want to live the lives that we desire and we deserve. I say that all the time. Create the life that you desire and you deserve. And we do that through our mindset, and we do that through our communication, and we do that through our systems and our routines. And so I am definitely looking forward to 2024. I've already started making myself do the hard things, right? My website will be dropping next week, so you can go check that out. If you follow me on any of my social media, I will have it out there, but really quick, it's just jadahartfield.com. And so I'm really excited about that because I have a few more tweaks. So if you're listening to this and you go check it out and you be like, oh, what she's doing, I still have a few more tweaks. It's all good. But I'm having to make myself do the hard things. So I promise you, I am not sitting here to encourage you or challenge you to do something that I myself don't challenge myself with, right? But I will end with this because I am a firm believer, for me and for you, that we have a purpose. There has been a purpose dropped in our hearts. There has been talents and gifts that we've been given to support said purpose. And then we have passions. And if we really stop and think about the passions, getting back to the self identity and the core of who we are and what do we like and what do we want to do and how do we make that happen, when we are in alignment of our purpose and our passions, we are unstoppable. There's nothing that we can't do. And not only that, there's someone out there that needs you. There's someone out there that needs me. So we have to get out of our own ways, do the hard work, show up, be intentional, be disciplined, and execute. And as I move into 24, that's exactly what I am planning to do. So, intentional was my word for a few years, and now it's all about executing and being disciplined. And that is what I am planning to do in every area of my life, as I am being who I have been called and purposed to be. And I just can't wait to see what we have in store for all of us next year. So I love you for listening. I love you for being here. I love you for sharing my little messages and giving me this time and this platform. And I cannot wait to see you all next year with your goals and your dreams and ready to get after them. All right, y'all. Bye.